Imagine waking up tomorrow, checking your phone, and realizing you don't actually need to go to work anymore. Not because you won the lottery, not because you got lucky, but because you followed three simple numbers so consistently that your money now works harder than you ever did. Sounds unrealistic? That's exactly what most people think, until they understand how simple the formula really is. Let me tell you something that might change the way you see money forever. Financial freedom isn't about earning millions. It's not about being a genius investor. And it's definitely not about working yourself to exhaustion. It all comes down to tracking and mastering just three numbers. 3. That's it. And once you truly understand them, your paycheck becomes optional. So if you've ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or like you're running on a treadmill that never stops, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a completely different relationship with money. Let's start with the first number, the one most people ignore. But it secretly controls your entire financial life, your monthly expenses. Not your income, not your savings, your expenses. I know, it sounds boring, but this number is everything. Because your financial freedom is not determined by how much you earn. It's determined by how much you need. Think about it. If you earn $5,000 a month but spend $4,800, you're basically trapped. But if you earn $2,000 and only spend $1,200, you're actually in a much stronger position. This is where most people get it wrong. They chase higher income, thinking that's the solution. But as their income grows, so do their expenses. Bigger house, nicer car, more subscriptions, more lifestyle upgrades, and suddenly they're making more than ever, but still feel broke. So I want you to do something very simple, but very powerful. Sit down and calculate your true monthly expenses, not your ideal version, not your guess, your real number. Include everything: rent, food, bills, transportation, even those small daily expenses that seem harmless. Because those small things, they add up faster than you think. Now here's the shift. Once you know this number, your goal isn't just to cover it with your job. Your goal is to eventually cover it with your investments. And that brings me to the second number, the one that actually builds your freedom, your investment income. This is the money that comes in whether you work or not. Dividends, rental income, profits from businesses, returns from stocks. This is the income that doesn't depend on your time. Most people rely 100% on active income. They trade hours for money, and there's nothing wrong with that, until you realize there are only 24 hours in a day. You can only work so much. But investment income? That's different. It scales, it grows, and most importantly, it frees you. Here's where it gets exciting. Your goal is simple. Make your investment income equal to or greater than your monthly expenses. That's it. That's the moment you become financially independent. If your expenses are $2,000 a month and your investments generate $2,000 a month, you're done. You don't need a paycheck anymore. You can still work if you want to, but you're no longer forced to. And let me say this clearly, this is not a fantasy. People are doing this every single day, not just millionaires, ordinary people who decided to focus on these numbers early enough. Now I know what you might be thinking. But how do I even build that kind of investment income? That's where the third number comes in. And this one is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Your savings rate. This is the percentage of your income that you actually keep and invest. Not spend, not plan to save, actually save. Yet, and this number is more powerful than your salary. You could be earning a modest income, but if you're saving and investing 30%, 40%, even 50% of it, you're moving toward freedom much faster than someone earning double your income but saving nothing. Because here's the truth most people don't want to hear. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. Your savings rate determines how quickly you can build investments, and your investments determine how quickly you can replace your paycheck. It's all connected. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine two people. One earns a high salary but spends almost all of it. The other earns less but saves aggressively and invests consistently. After a few years, the second person starts generating investment income. Slowly at first, then faster, then suddenly. It snowballs, and one day they wake up and realize something incredible. Their investments are paying for their life. That's the power of this system. Now I want you to imagine your own numbers. What are your monthly expenses right now? What is your current investment income, even if it's small? And what percentage of your income are you actually saving? Don't judge yourself. Just be honest, because awareness is the first step. And once you know these three numbers, everything becomes clearer. your path becomes visible. If your expenses are too high, you know where to adjust. If your savings rate is too low, you know where to improve. If your investment income is zero, you know where to start. No confusion, no guesswork, just a simple, powerful strategy. And here's something I want you to really understand. This is not about deprivation. It's not about cutting out every joy in your life. It's about being intentional. It's about choosing what truly matters to you and letting go of what doesn't. Because every dollar you save and invest today is buying you freedom tomorrow. Freedom to choose how you spend your time. Freedom to walk away from things that don't serve you. Freedom to live life on your own terms. And that kind of freedom? It's priceless. Now I know this might feel overwhelming at first, but you don't have to do everything at once. Start small. Track your expenses for the next 30 days. Just observe. Then look for simple ways to increase your savings rate. Maybe it's cutting one unnecessary expense. Maybe it's increasing your income slightly. Maybe it's both. And then start investing, even if it's a small amount, even if it feels insignificant, because consistency beats intensity every single time. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be consistent. And over time, something amazing happens. Your investments start to grow, your confidence increases, and your dependence on your paycheck slowly begins to fade. Until one day, you realize you're no longer working because you have to, you're working because you choose to. And that changes everything. So remember this, 3 numbers. Your monthly expenses, your investment income, your savings rate. Master these, and you unlock a life most people only dream about. And if you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. You don't need more time, more luck, or even more money to start. You just need clarity, discipline, and a decision. A decision that you're done living paycheck to paycheck. A decision that your future matters more than your current comfort. And a decision that you're ready to take control. Because once you do, there's no going back. And maybe, just maybe, sooner than you think, you'll be the one waking up, checking your phone, and realizing you don't need a paycheck anymore.